with you, bro. You done gave me financial help, bro. You done helped me out with some in-game money, bro. But I'm about to just put that shit aside, bro. I'm about to just, next time you say something to Mega Man out the way, if Mega Man say something to you out the way and I hear it, I'm going to troll, bro. I'm just saying, you're gonna get tired.
It won't bother me.
He already
you know me by now. It won't bother me. See, he talked about my daughter.
I know, bro. I'm just saying, bro. I don't wanna. Right.
It ain't. I'm not. I'll tell you straight out. I won't let up on that pedophile. You know, he's a pedophile, and I say straight out, fuck him and all that shit. Because
I'm just saying, though, bro. He don't know your daughter. He ain't never seen your daughter.
No, I know that, but it's the principles of the thing.
Well, and I know the principle of talking about somebody else's child. I understand that. Everybody say that. But what I'm saying is, though, put that principle aside. Let's use another principle. Let's use the principle of this shit's not real. It don't exist.
He's a pedophile. Yeah, he got caught once in most. He even got caught saying, what was it?
Said I got caught. I got caught.
He's even denying that. Oh, that's not real. You guys, that's fake.
I'll have to give you some credit on that. That night I was drunk as hell. I was drunk as hell. I ain't even gonna lie. That when I didn't even remember I even said that junk. But I mean, it was kind of like a slip of the tongue or whatever. But I mean, you know, to me it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, it's just something that I use against him. That's all. You know, I mean, I didn't make any of that up. I had known about it for quite a while, and even if I did make it up, I used it against him because it pisses him off every time because he keeps coming at me. But I'm not the one that started it. I was only defending myself.
Hey, yo, Weaponizer, bro, hop your ass on mic, bro. I want to have this debate about is the world flat? Is the earth flat? Cause your ass said some stupid shit and it pissed me off, bro. And to answer your question from like 2 weeks ago, but
they already proved that if the world was flat, things wouldn't be able to exist.
No, yeah. Oh, no. He don't believe that the world is flat. He believes that the world is a sphere, but I'm saying he just does not want to look at other people's perspective because textbook from US of A's educational system has brainwashed the living fuck out this man. And I tried to fucking elaborate to this man, like, you look at pictures, you've never been outside of space and see the actual fucking texture in the shape of the actual globe. And me saying globe is actually a sphere, so I agree with you to a certain extent. But at the same time, I don't. The Earth is a rhombus, imagine.
I mean, let me just say this.
Think about it, bro. How could you
you know, like I said,
if you go up in the sky, bro, and we on a sphere, how could you see both the sun and the moon if they supposed to be on the opposite sides of a ball, bro? I mean, niggas just gotta look at their own vision and see that shit might not be flat or whatever the fuck, but it's definitely not what they told us, bro.
Right.
I mean, I that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm so neutral about it.
But there's something kind of going on because, like, I didn't really believe in flat Earth either. I still don't think the Earth is flat. But a guy sent me a video, and they just brought up a lot of questions that just didn't quite make sense in what we're told or in what we think we see as what's going on with the Earth. You know, and one of them was the fact that you know, we can see things you know, much farther away, like stars and Venus and different things like that are much further away, but we never see things that are supposed to be in our atmosphere.
Wicked, shut
like
up.
Satellites and different things. And different things like, you know, kind of like, you know, floating around in our atmosphere. Like we don't see that. but we can see things much further away than that, and that just kinda doesn't add up. It kinda don't add up. But I don't think the Earth is flat. No, I respect his opinion, but I feel like he has a valid point.
I mean, it's just an opinion. Like Vapor said, nobody's been in space, and commercial planes don't fly high enough to see much. So it's all speculation, but there has been too many tests, bro. It's just been too many tests. I think at this point,
Yeah,
people
I mean,
know
Weaponizer
that there's.
Weaponizer has a valid point though. Like the stuff that he mentioned, it has some validity to it. There's no doubt about that.
Hello?
Oh yeah, that's dude's opinion. I ain't debunk it or anything. I mean, hey, I don't think none of us get all the answers, but I do know, bro, that
We're not supposed to.
for the sun and the moon to be so far away, bro, they shouldn't be that visible. Like your eyes are telling you it's right there for a reason. They're just not telling you that it's millions of miles away.
Right.
If you look at Venus or whatever the fuck you said we could see that's millions of miles away, you can tell that bitch is farther than right there. The sun and moon look like they right here. You can see stars clearly. Them bitches is not way out like a Men in Black movie, bro. That is just not the case.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
And you want to know something
I mean,
crazy, bro?
I guess
Maybe I was
another
actually
thing.
going to send you something. I'm still going to send it to you. But it was something I was going to send you. It was
Okay.
kind of like a video or a channel. But you want to know something crazy, bro? I just thought about it when I said stars. Tell me why, bro. All in just a bunch of different news articles and I think even stations. I don't know. I don't watch TV. They all are talking about how in the sky, I guess in certain places, stars are missing now. Stars that they used to be able to count all the time are missing. Like at least 100 or hundreds. I don't know.
Well, that right there,
But
that could be
how
due
the fuck
to
do a
that could be due
star
to light
go
pollution.
missing?
That could be due to light pollution.
No, bro, they
because of the
can't
fact
go.
that
Like,
us as humans,
you gotta think about the telescopes.
like,
they
not
use.
there.
Telescope should be able to see through all that shit. Like gone, bro. Like the telescope gonna get like a lot of the pictures we get is from weak ass cameras, bro. Like an infrared camera is one of the best to have because it cuts through all the bullshit. It cuts through clouds, everything. But you never see them release anything with that type of technology. They always use some bullshit, fisheye lens, weak ass GoPro, whatever. But bro, for them to say for thousands of articles in different stations that stars are missing, bro, and a star is supposed to have an appointed spot in the sky, bro. That bitch does not move and go get donuts and come back. So what I'm trying to understand, bro, is this shit really lines up like biblically in every way, bro, which is some scary shit to think about because nowhere in history have they ever talked about stars missing, and now we living in the time that they said this shit's happening.
Yeah, I mean, one of the questions I had was why, like, in the video he sent, the guy still on here on Earth, but if you go into outer space, it's cold. Like it's.
Oh well, that's because heat does not. It's because space is so vast and it does not. Heat does not travel. Cold travels slower, but it holds more mass than heat. You see what I'm saying? So heat dissipates quick. That's why in heat it travels to the top when cold sets to the bottom. Right. We don't know that. Right.
So
cold is a lot heavier than heat.
You can't believe, but two, I feel like if it's colder, it's because you passed the sun. I felt like if you are way in space, the only way that could be is because you are above the sun, and maybe that's why it's cold. That makes sense. That ain't shit that they gonna tell us, but our brain says, that shit would make sense if you like above the sun and it's even though the sun shines, it's supposed to shine, you know, circular, so everywhere. But I'm assuming if you're in outer space and the sun is actually in our orbit, like our eyes show us, then that would make sense.
So I was wondering, weaponizer, like, can you explain what you mean, like when you say, okay, the Earth, like, what do you mean when you say that the Earth is flat? Like,
Who, me?
No. He don't believe the Earth is flat.
oh, okay.
No, he was arguing with me, bro. That's how that all started. Me and Weapon were arguing. I was telling
The
him
Earth
that
is
it
Oh.
was
flat.
certain not a globe. I remember that night. It was me that got hot too. I was
Oh, okay,
so
okay, my
pissed
bad,
off.
my bad.
Yeah, that nigga didn't
I
log back
logged
on
out.
for about 2 days.
Yeah, I was done, bro, because he was about to have me like go crazy on this bitch just because of how he talk. It ain't even a conversation. I can hold one of them, but when a nigga just like blindly act like an asshole, it pissed me off, and it shouldn't. But the reason why I say that,
Yeah.
bro, is just because of my eyes, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. It's just what my eyes show me. It's just, and like when I show you this channel, bro, I'm gonna send you the name of the channel. It shows, bro, clearly. Like I said, using an infrared camera, that shit is just a lot different than what is released to us.
Right,
And I trust
right. I mean, hey,
home projects more than anything else because that's shit like grandpa, uncle, cousin, you know, they ain't got no agenda other than trying to find the truth.
I mean, yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
I mean, I agree with what you're saying. I mean, like I said, man, just because we've been told something all our life, that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. You know, and there are definitely
Well, that's what I was trying to
some
get
things
him to
that
understand. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just
trying
not
to get
adding up.
Weaponizer to
Certain things, you
understand
know?
that.
It got crazy because I told him that the globe is actually it was designed. It's like a patent. That shit was created and put into classrooms, and I don't know why people don't know that. Like that shit was not
Right.
all time. And then I argued about NASA, the same motherfuckers who giving us these pictures. They original icon. I don't know if they changed it. I look at this shit. I looked at it way back in the day. I've already been up on some shit for a long time. But their the NASA icon or logo, whatever, was a model of the flat Earth. If you look at it, all the continents weren't in like a, you know, spread out left and right. They were spread out where like they all came to a
Yo, this is
like a
shit.
focus point in the
Phantom
middle.
Stranger's a bit out of
You
touch
know,
with
like if you
reality,
cut
but
the
he's okay.
globe thing
Think
in
he
half
predates
and
humor,
just
though.
pull the top up to where it looks like a plate. I know that sounds fucked up, but I'm fucked up right now. But if you just cut a basketball in half and then you take the top piece and just lay it flat, you would see how the continents would be shaped like that. They all focus around that middle section of the basketball, and their icon is that, basically saying, hey, we know the truth and we've been fucking with y'all, but you gonna believe what we tell y'all because y'all was raised to in the school systems and
Right.
whatever. But if you research that, you be like, okay, well, damn, how the fuck y'all gonna have an icon of some shit that is supposed to be the opposite of what y'all telling us is true? And people don't realize, like, they gotta tell us that they know shit, like, before they lie to us. That's otherwise they don't get no power out of it. If there was an option for us to know the truth and they deceived us, then that's more powerful than them just deceiving us. So they gotta dangle a carrot all
Right.
the time. Like it's almost like something that God made them do. Like he said, you can't just be out here
It's what's
blindly
keeping you in
fucking
the
up with.
dark.
Right.
Yep.
It's my shit, bro. I love this fucking beat. But Trinidad James was a clown on Tim West. Well, I'm sorry, bro. I'm getting
Oh,
off
yeah.
topic.
Nigga, he was a whole clown. That's why he ain't shit no more. Cause shit
So,
got played
hey,
up.
but that gold all in my chain. Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I was fucking with it when it came out,
That
bro.
nigga was a pimp, bro. He just in the rap game he was a clown, bro. But like he was a pimp
Yeah,
though,
that's fucked up.
all around pimp. Should have just stayed a pimp, bro. Rapping ain't for everybody.
But yeah, Mega, let me ask you the same question, bro. Why do you believe it's a globe? Or what do you believe it is, I should say?
Listen, you don't want to be my mate. My mates end up either
I guess I feel like it's it's a globe because
heroes.
mainly because of religion
I
and
think Phantom Stranger's
there's a
out of
verse
touch
about
with
what it
reality,
says.
but he's okay.
Describes the earth,
Think
as a
predates
circle.
humor, though.
And
You said as
it
a
says it's
circle,
hanging
bro?
upon nothing, and yeah, as a circle. I feel like I think that some people that is that is Isaiah. Hold on one second.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I just need to read that because the Bible is the reason why I believe
Oh yeah.
it's not. So that's what's conflicting.